What's up, everybody? This is Super Mike 2164, and I would love if you like the channel, like the stream, share the stream to your social media. Just click the share button and press your social media wherever you want to share it to, and hit the subscribe button. Press the bell icon so you can be notified anytime that I upload a new video. Here are a couple of thoughts on this one particular subject. I avoid talking about back and forth foolishness. I try to, but it's not foolishness in this lesson here that I want to talk about. Kwame Brown. So I like to wait on things a little, especially when I'm trying to understand what I'm looking at. I'm trying to understand behavior. I'm trying to understand the source of things, because a lot of times when people first come out doing and saying things, it's hard to understand what is what is the most efficient and what is the closest thing towards justice, or towards what I call right, or towards functionality as possible. So a lot of times people come out and they say a lot of wonderful things and people get excited, such as Brown came out and he started talking about people who we know, well established coon. These people that he began talking about, at least some of them, Gilbert Arenas, Stephen A. Smith, uh, Jamil Hill. These people, we know for a fact that they are establishment puppets. They're mouthpieces of people in white supremacist systems. All they're worried about is voting, telling people to go vote. They're promoting an agenda that is not black first. Okay, and so when these people, when Kwame Brown comes out and gives people information about something like that, then even Charlemagne the God, he's done some things, but he's done good things. And this is where I really want to get to. Kwame Brown, what's going on, Trey? What's up? What's up? Yeah, see, Kwame Brown, this kind of reveals a lot about not just people, not just black people, but it also reveals something about Kwame Brown that I'm comfortable about saying now. Because when he disrespected, well, he basically called Boyce Watkins out, because Boyce Watkins told him, take the N word out of your title of your YouTube video, Kwame. Basically, Boyce Watkins made a video and said, Kwame Brown, you might get canceled because you have the N word in the title. Hey, what's going on, Culture? What's up? What's going on, guys? Yeah, basically, Boyce Watkins came out and told Kwame Brown, you might get canceled because you got the N word in your video, on the title of your video. So YouTube may cancel your video. Now, for all the people that's making videos about Kwame Brown, they're making all of these comments about him. They're talking about pro Kwame Brown, anti Kwame Brown, yada yada yada. He's loving it. He's cussing all the people that he know out and the like. And he thinks he's doing a good job because he's not screening people from looking at his videos, or reproducing his videos, using his videos. But the thing is, when he came against Boyce Watkins, but at the same time, Kwame says, Kwame says that some reason he likes Dr. Claude Anderson. He said he likes Thomas Sowell, which Thomas Sowell says some good things, but for most people, Thomas Sowell would be considered this is what he would not be considered black first. Kwame Brown says he likes Larry Elder, who really is not black first, and it's just interesting. So I'm thinking about what's going on, but he dissed Boyce Watkins, and obviously he don't know what the hell he's talking about because Boyce, he said, "What have you done, Boyce Watkins?" Boyce Watkins got a school. He's taught over 100,000, 150,000 black people how to invest in the stock market, how to make money. He started all kinds of businesses. He's put, and then what's even worse is I hear YouTubers that have directly benefited from Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins has been doing what he's been doing for at least 5, 6 years, or on YouTube. And everybody knows the good, the bad, the ugly about Boyce Watkins. But guess what? He has more good than bad. People don't know about Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown just came on the scene and he dissed a couple people that we know a lot of folks don't like. So everybody looks at Kwame as like he's some kind of hero. But Boyce, like I said, Boyce is teaching kids. He's got books for kids, teaching them how to do complicated, investment strategies for children. You got 14-year-olds that have hundreds and tens of thousands of investment portfolios that you can pull right up because of Boyce Watkins. And Kwame don't know what the hell he's talking about. So what I'm looking at is like, okay, and nobody really called them out. You got YouTubers who I like, some of them. It's one named Queen Amadalia, and then one I used to like, Michi X, but I really don't appreciate a lot of her behavior. But see, the way I look at people, I don't judge people on how I feel about what they just did. I judge people about their impact, what I'm looking at as their impact on the community. And if they're getting a certain group, there's some people can reach, like Boyce Watkins can reach some people, Michi S can reach some people, Vicky Dilla can reach some people, Charlamagne the God can reach some people, Kwame Brown can reach some people. So I'm looking at it like that. I'm not looking about who I necessarily actually like. Okay, I'm just trying to get the people. The people need to be excited. The people need to be motivated. The people need to be, getting up there talking about what's happening and everything. What's up, y'all? And you know what? I'm gonna see if I can actually even. I'm gonna drop this here. See if we can have a little. Let's see if I can even. I'm trying to drop the link here. Dang, where is that? Lord. Anyway, this is gonna be quick because I don't know. I'm doing this on my phone. I don't even know if I can even drop the link. But the point is, a real friend is gonna tell you not just what you want to hear. And that right now, that's what Kwame Brown is telling people. He's telling people what they want to hear. And a real friend is going to tell you what you need to hear and what you want to hear. They're going to try to tell you things in a way where it actually helps you, even if you don't like it. They might sugarcoat the stuff you don't like. Yeah, exactly. He's entertaining, but it's just entertainment. But the thing is, though, Boyce Watkins, he makes a lot of mistakes, but the thing is, he's been doing this for a nice amount of time. So on YouTube, you're gonna see a track record on somebody. Nobody don't know what the heck Kwame is all about. And Kwame don't even know what the hell he's talking about. And Boyce actually tried to help Kwame. The man was gonna get his entire channel canceled because he's not used to posting on YouTube like that. He got the N-word sitting up on his title. Now, what if Trailer had put the N-word on his title? And that's what Boyce said in his video. What if a white guy had put the N-word in the title of his video on YouTube? But you got Kwame comes out, make this video antagonizing and chastising Boyce Watkins because Boyce is friends with Charlamagne the God, and Charlamagne did some crappy mess when he told um, told that history, on with his 8 million viewers and followers about Kwame Brown's family's history. It had nothing to do with Kwame, but it just made it seem like he was an evil person, a violent person, and a trash person because of something that his father or his brother may have done. May have done. We don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking about his mama's cooking and all that. And yeah, he loves his mother, and that's beautiful. And plus, so he doing some good stuff. But what I'm saying is here, when somebody's making a mistake, and plus they knew, and you don't know nothing about, they saying some crazy stuff, you gotta kind of pause for a second, like, hey man, what you dissing the doc. The man just told you to take the N word out of your video, and you talking about he's trying to get YouTube the playbook on how to cancel your channel. Bruh, you don't know about this. He's telling you how it's done. But a lot of folks, it's all about what we like more than what we understand and what we know. And this is the reason why in our lives, a lot of people, we keep a lot of frenemies around in our circle, because we don't reward people for telling us the truth that actually will benefit us. A lot of us, if we would have listened to our parents or something on a lot of stuff, we would have been better off. But we didn't listen to them because we want to do what we want to do. It's like the prodigal son. The prodigal son in the Bible. Who know that story? See, that prodigal son, that youngest son, the immature son in the Bible, Jesus told this story. He was like, okay, this younger son, he told his father, I want half of your resources. I want my birthright now. Give me the money now. I want the money now. I'm sick of being in your house. I want to go and find myself in the world. The father split up that money, and the boy, a few days later, left home. He went into the world. He started getting jobs with foreign people, living wild, going crazy, doing stuff, being around a bunch of frenemies. He got broke. He didn't have money. So he tried to get a job. Now at home, he didn't have to work for jobs and stuff like that. He had been established. His family had did things already, and he had generational wealth. But now this man is out in the world. He's dependent on people who are not of his family, of his kith and kin, who don't care about his actual success. So the bottom line is, when this boy gets dissed, he goes almost hungry. He dissed his father. He disrespected his household. But now he comes back home, and the father is grateful. Now who's mad? It's the one who was loyal. The son who was loyal is angry. And that's what I'm looking at here when I see some of this. Because what we have here is Boyce Watkins, to me, he's responsible for a lot of people. The people who diss him are a lot of people that he created. Yvette Carnell, which is the ADOS people, they hate Boyce Watkins though. But without Boyce Watkins, they would not exist. They would not be as prominent as they are. He helped create this girl called Paris Milan. He helped Cynthia G. He helped Cynthia G expand her platform. Boyce Watkins, of course, he puts on Vicky Dillard, Queen Amidala Shakur, Michi X. And these are the people will give him the most smoke, talking about what has Boyce Watkins done for the community, and they're sitting right there with bigger platforms based on him. So I'm just saying, like, this is what I'm saying. But this type of guy, but he's also done other stuff. He's created people like business people that we don't know about. He helped Jay Morrison develop that well, he didn't help him, but he helped him make it stronger. The Tulsa real estate group. He's helped Tariq Nasheed, You know, like, and that's another thing. That's a good thing because actually Tariq Nasheed and Jay Morrison was having a lot of arguments between each other, and it's a good thing that they made up and they actually had a movie screening down there in Atlanta. They did some business together. So all I'm saying here is like we got, we just got to look at what the activity of someone is producing for the community. That's how you judge if they're good or not. You know what I'm saying? It's not about how we feel and all this old silly stuff that some of us, you know what? I wish I could, dude. I do not know how to drop this link. Anyway, I might have to take this subject up again. I'm on my phone, and maybe I can't do it on my phone. I'm really trying to find it here because I want to know what y'all think about it. If y'all know about it, shoot. Literally, this is crazy. Anyway, let me see. Oh, here it is. There it is. Yeah, if y'all want to come up, I'm gonna drop this here. Uh, can I drop it? Oh my goodness. Okay, there it is. Dude, I'm trying to do this thing on my phone. It's weird. Did I do it? It didn't go. Oh, let's see something. Hold on, guys. What is wrong? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna drop this link. All right, yeah. There it is. If y'all want to come up, just come on up and let me know what y'all think. Also, yeah, not this is I want to talk also about redemption because there's a lot of people in our community that people don't like, that they're called coons. And I agree that there's traitors and people that maybe make things hard or whatever. But are we really creating a real answer to the problems that we see if we are not? You got to. There are certain enemies that you can resist. Oh, let's see here. Hold on. Hey, Coda, what's up? Come on in. Hey,
Hey, how
what's
you
up?
doing?
There you go. What's up? Thanks for coming
Nothing.
on the channel. What you
I'm
think
glad I
about the
caught
subject?
you.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, wanted to try to put it. Do you know anything about these people that I'm talking about, Boyce and all them? Do you listen to him?
I don't listen to Boyce Watkins or Tariq Nasheed. I've seen him, but I don't really know what they talk about.
Oh,
But
okay.
I do know Kwame had some other messages because he spoke about the need for to get some of our kids and young men into vocational trades as opposed to just pushing college and
Hmm.
things like that. I think he has a farm or something because I often hear him reference his tractor and he gets up early and stuff. So I think he has some other messages, but he needs to transition it because Mama Cooking was entertaining, but stuff get old after a week. So
Exactly.
he should, because I was going for his lives, but he said a lot of that stuff before, so he need to figure out how to make his other mess. Because I think he said all the money he's raising from this year, he's going to give to kids. I mean, give to buy back shoes or something for kids or something like that. So he does have some ideas that
Hmm.
were present before this here. He just needs to use this platform to catapult it. Because I even think he was talking about some type of programs or something that athletes could do or something. I think I saw some reference to that. So he just needs to transition it because he does have some good ideas. And he did have a YouTube channel
Yeah.
before this here.
Hmm.
And like he had a video of him playing with his daughter. It was adorable. So,
Hmm.
to kind of give that balance and that other side.
Yeah. I seen it. Like I said, I liked his videos, and I actually like that he had that, time with his son and everything. And Trevor, yeah, you can speak your perspective on it because everybody's got a perspective. It's all good. You can speak on it. I mean, like I said, you come on up and say what you say. It doesn't matter. Say what's on your heart to say.
He probably
You
have
know,
to
I mean, I
get.
understand yeah, I understand it's about a black issue, but if you know about it, you can say what's your perspective. It's all good. But the thing is, though, this is what I was saying, though. I think this is a universal way to approach it. Cause see, if you don't reward people, I mean, I like Kwame. Like I said, to me, where I look at it as just like maybe like a family little dispute type thing. Even the stuff that he got the problem with, like Steven Jackson. I literally do not look at sports like that. But
Mm.
like Steven Smith, I always look at Steven Smith, and he's always saying some old negative stuff. So I understand. And then like Kwame was talking about how that hurt him, messing almost threatening his career when he was just a young kid, 18 years old. And here it is, this older gentleman, this older black man coming around talking. It's just seemed like he just was talking negative about why is he picking on Kwame? You know what I'm saying? In high school and stuff or whatever.
And I think that piece needs to be explored a little bit more because I don't even watch sports. That was the best thing about the pandemic. It was no sports. That was the best thing. And Brother Bakari had broke this down, and he really did go in depth about what those guys did and how they ride the black players and this and that. But to I think it needs to be explored because I compare it to the Housewives of Atlanta because we always talk about how those women are a negative image, but
Right.
who knew that the same dynamics were taking place within the sports arena? I didn't because I don't watch sports, but it's literally the same thing. But then we have to ask the question: if they would say them billionaires is not worried about tarnishing the image of the black man, they making money. But
Hmm.
you have to ask the question: why are their hands in it? Why is it? Because then you have to ask the question: we can't rest. We can't. We haven't made it. We're never going to make it. And why are they putting their finger on the scales, doing this and that to further this image? And
Mm.
he talked about the indoctrination of how colleges is for that, and to isolate young black men, and to kind of. So he spoke on a lot of. Then I think that piece needs to be
Hmm.
dissected. And we have it in the Housewives of Atlanta, the reality TV, and I compare it to that. If we have it there, and we need to ask the bigger question: why, and not only why, but we also need to say we need to be on guard against this. And I think Kwame may be an example because he seems to be a working person. He might be a little rough around the edges and need some refinement because he can't be talking about that. Says
Yeah.
certain words that cause controversy. And I'm not saying he don't have the right to think it, but
Right.
I always say don't alienate part of your audience before then, because even within that, you may have to work across some areas. So it don't make no sense to just say certain things that may isolate some of the people. You ain't got to agree with them,
Right.
but that may isolate certain people because you may have to come in certain contexts and different things with people. So you at least want to have a working relationship. I mean, we, like I said, I was saying to myself, because it led me to a lot of other different groups here I've been looking at that I would not have looked at. And I hear some
Mhm.
of the men talking, and I really hear a lot of, and we're gonna agree to disagree, anti-LGBTQ, but I'm like this here. If you
Mhm.
could shut your mouth up and go put Pele Pele all over your body and all these
Mhm.
gay designers over your body, you could shut up on some other stuff. If you
Mhm.
can go into them people's store and let that gay man help you pick out clothes, and you don't sit there and spew that rhetoric, you can shut up enough to do business with somebody.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I agree with doing business with everybody, and that's good. And the thing is here though, see, this is the only thing and I don't have no problem with people being what they want to be, but I want us to try to be honest and try to get to that place where we can have that mutual respect And because there's a group of folks, to me, I feel like there's a group of folks that profit from us being hypersensitive to our differences. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
We
like
said
you
it in
got
kindergarten. If you
to.
don't have nothing nice to say, just shut up. If we practice the basic stuff they taught us in kindergarten, our teacher said, "You ain't got nothing to say. Be quiet. Just be quiet."
Right,
Because
right.
we could practice such restraint in certain situations. And when we were starving and in bondage, and we asked God to bring us out of that and all that stuff, however you say, did he bring you out that to make you have less tolerance for those same people you was in bondage with, so you could
Mm,
become the very thing that you hated?
mm. That's deep.
Envy not your
That's something.
oppressor and choose none of their ways. Did we just come out of that to become that to our own people? Like I said, you ain't got to. It's a whole lot of things I don't agree with, a whole bunch of stuff. I ain't always
Mhm.
got to say it, and if it ain't in my house, I ain't got to really deal with it. I just got
Right,
to
right.
pass it on the street. If
Now
I
the
could
thing,
pass all them
let me ask you,
Confederate flags, I could pass that.
let me ask you this question. So the thing is though, if let you know how Kwame said he ain't said nothing for 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not, but all that was up in his heart. So you know what I'm saying, are we creating these little time bombs? Do we have to have some sort of outlet? And that's all I'm saying. Now, I agree with civility. Like if I'm in like a public place, like in a school, I'm in like a place of business or a workplace, or there's a
Be
form
that
of
tough, be
there's
angry.
got well, I'm saying what I mean by because we was told that if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything, and which I agree with in certain places. But at some, there has to be some kind of forum, like a place where people can actually get some of, especially if they're, because a lot of people just they have negative thoughts based on misunderstanding. But if they're just all quiet, then they run around with these negative thoughts. That some of this stuff can be kind of um, readjusted. You see what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. It's like, okay, I agree. We shouldn't say we should have place. Most of our establishments, of course, like
That
places of
man
business.
ain't been playing basketball for what, 8 years? Whatever
Right.
they said about him at that point, tw-
Hmm.
8 years ago, okay. Why is this man name in your mouth now? When do you get? Because I say people sometimes when um and these shootings and things happen at these employees, some people be hanging on to their sanity by a fingernail, and people better
Mm.
learn to stop. Because then when
Yeah.
I never ask, oh, I was like, what the fuck they did to that? I'm sorry, what they did to that
No, no,
employee to make them? Because I've seen it. I've seen jobs and people, and they do this, and that was bullying culture, from what I understand. Those men did.
no. Mm.
Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Now, if that man would have snatched one of them up, they ain't no little men, and beat the mess out of him, he would have been justified, because they kept on, kept on. And even after the man retired, why is you pulling him? It's a whole 8 years of new people to talk about other than
Mm.
this man.
Well, like I said, they have fun talking about him. They don't want to let him go. But you know what, too? Just
But
like it's kind of funny. No, this is a
but
side note, though.
Carson really broke it down how many white players that were supposed to do great things and other things that never excel, but they don't talk about those because they know who to talk about.
Well,
So it's
BMT,
good. But
did you? I don't know if you heard a little bit what BMT was talking about. He said it. He said it, and it was true. He was like, we know who to talk about
mm-hmm.
because we know where we. No matter what we say out of our mouth, we know in the back of our head. Oh, okay, this dude is fair game. We're allowed to say what we want to say about him, but about this one, I don't want that smoke. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah,
And he
exactly. Like,
was 18. And them grown men who sat up there and done it had an obligation. Them grown black men who sat up there and rode that young boy had an obligation. When I first became a nurse, and it's not like that now because I'm from a small town, it was
mhm.
older women from my community. Some of them was like my classmates, moms and stuff, that took me under their wing and showed me how to, oh, you don't know how to draw blood? Come here, this is how you do. Practice on
Oh,
all
okay.
these mates.
Right.
But but
You
they
said
did that. But they had a
hey, you said inmates.
yeah, they ain't got no rights. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It ain't no
Hey,
customer
hey,
service. I'm joking.
hey. I
They
got you
do got
though.
customer service because let trust and believe they will write you up to tell I'm from Florida, Tallahassee to the DOC. They do have some, but it's not like at Popeyes.
Right.
It ain't immediate. And
Mm,
if ain't no witness, it ain't no complaint.
exactly.
But
Nah, but check this out. Let me tell you this here. Let me say this. It's kind of funny because you use that work reference because it's funny the spot where I was just working at. That's where the little mass shooting happened right
yeah.
here in this little city here. This I don't know if y'all heard about it over there. Do y'all hear about this little mass shooting in
I
town?
think I saw something about it, but then I think I saw you say something about it, but I wasn't really watching because I was doing a lot of driving.
Right, right, right. Yeah, but it's a little yeah, this dude burned his house down and he was at work. He went to work and just started shooting. He had like several guns, like he was in a movie. He just went and popping, just shooting, just killing.
It was
And
a
then
man who shot those two TV reporters. The
mm,
black guy shot them. And I have seen on jobs how they will take one person and they will because they click up. People click up, grown people click up like they in high school. And I have
exactly.
seen them ride a person. Sometimes I
Mhm.
done been on one end of it, but not to the extent have I seen some of them and they have chased them. I'm like, y'all gonna get it. And for whatever reason, the upper echelon feels like they can do that to that person.
Yeah,
Cause
that's
they
how
tried
Kwame.
to do it to me. The doctor tried to do it to me. And when he gave me that DR, I had so many of his things I had made copies of what he didn't finish doing his stuff. So they say, nah, we're gonna drop this. But
Mess
I've
with the
seen people do it. And sometimes that person hanging on to that's their job, that's keeping them. It's not just fun and games. They people think it's fun. These people are livelihood. That might be the difference between them being homeless or they sick
yeah.
child or they insurance and they playing.
Mm. And that's
So
why
I
I
have
think that's
seen
why
some.
it really got to Kwame because it was messing with his security. You got to realize like that's $1 million contracts and stuff like that, and that was he was talking about he was homeless and he came to school with no shoes and all the hard life that he went
Yeah.
through, and then for Charlemagne, I don't know if you seen that little part on the Breakfast Club where Charlemagne said what he said about his family and stuff. Did you hear that?
I did see that, and that man made it in spite of that. And anybody want to diminish his accomplishment? I seen high school kids because where I'm from try to make it to football. Them some
Mhm.
disciplined little people. They
Right,
don't rest in the summertime. In the summertime, they up there running, exercising, lifting weights, doing the ropes. So it takes a lot of discipline,
right.
even in high school, to get to that level. That is an accomplishment. And the man made $60 million or whatever. I think they say that is
Mhm.
not something to laugh about. So I don't know what world. And Charlemagne the God is a rapist, and he had a whole daddy in his life. And this man made it without a dad, and still, and he actually looked to be somewhat of a good father. I don't know how his other baby's mamas is, but with that little girl, and he grew into a man without a man there, and he's there
Yeah,
doing it, trying to care for it. So despite what they did, he ain't up there smoking weed like
yeah.
whatever Becky with the good hair. He ain't up there
What's his
doing
name?
that.
Chris?
So no matter that man done made it 100, 200% from where he started against all that. So they ain't got nothing to say. So I don't know who these dumb people is they talking to trying to get laughing points, but they say it's what is laughter among a collection of fools, because that's what they
Mhm.
be looking like to me.
Mm. Yeah, the only thing I was saying is that with him though, but still at the same time, people can be wrong, and we just got to be, you know, I mean, it's like okay, people can be that can be right a lot, and then maybe they're wrong a couple times.
Mhm.
And it's okay, And but the thing is, we just got to be careful. That's all I'm saying is because sometimes, and I don't know, you said you don't listen to Boyce Watkins, but he he made a hey trailer. I think you okay?
Yeah,
You
I
kind
sat
of
back in my chair. That's the mute myself now.
okay. No,
You
no,
say you
but
got an
Boyce,
A in math and a D in English.
yeah, exactly. See, but that don't, and then what if you got all? It don't mean you're a bad or evil person. And see, this is what I think a lot of, especially in our community, of black people, we got to be careful because just let's say two of your friends is having a problem with each other. It don't have nothing to do with you. Maybe they just didn't like something somebody said or whatever each other. Something happened.
Mhm.
Okay. All you might say, hey, what's going on? What's the problem? You know, what happened? I just don't like her. Now the problem comes in when one of them wants you to stop being friends with the other ones because they don't like them. But why should you?
Usually
Because
find
that
out
person,
over YouTube now.
oh yeah, you still going in and out. What is that?
Um,
Are you on the headset or something?
yeah, I'm trying to use my headset.
What in the heck? Oh, is it like a? Because it seemed like it's oscillating or something.
Do you got? I know I used to have the two windows open. Sometimes I had my YouTube open and this open at the same time, and I didn't know it on like my computer.
Yeah, it's called. Is it still oscillating?
Yeah, I can kind of make out what you say in half within the oscillation, but it's like
It's
I'll
bad.
back out. Back in.
yeah, it's real bad. Okay, yeah, try that. Nah, but what I'm saying is this is like a major to me, this is like a major like maturity move that I don't think we're gonna go nowhere if enough of our people don't get. Just because two people have a problem with each other, uh just because they maybe like for example, like really what's happening here is because Kwame Brown don't like Charlemagne the God, then people think that Boyce, I guess, shouldn't like Charlemagne. When Charlemagne has helped Boyce out, Boyce is like, I'm not stepping in. I like Kwame, but I'm not, this is what I want to say to him. I don't have nothing to do with if Charlemagne did something that he needs to go. It's just like if your son, let's say you raise your child, right? You
Mm-hmm.
raise your child. God forbid, let's say your child is actually guilty of something that maybe they need to go to jail for a year or two or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's something that you would you just never would have approved of. But the fact come out, they actually did it. Now they probably have to go to jail. But are they not your son? Are you supposed to turn against them? Are you? You know what I'm saying?
It's still
That's
my
all it
baby.
is. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So the thing is, it's like that. It's just like your brother. Let's say it's something that happened with your I mean, it could be your brother or another family member, but if you are a true friend, or if you got a true friend, even if your friend, okay, you can't stop your friend from getting punished if they're guilty of something. You can't
I
stick
mean,
up
they
for it.
got to hang out. We just go different places with. This my friend I like to go to the movies with. This my friend I like to go shopping with. We ain't gonna never the twain shall meet.
Right. But
And y'all ain't got to be around each other.
exactly. And that's all I'm saying. It's just like, okay, you got to have some kind of authenticity uh to your friendship. So like a certain type of commitment, like, okay, they have not done anything that violates our friendship. So I understand you don't like them, and that's fine. But you can't put that demand on me. That's not smart. And if it is, then I can't submit to that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. I think that's how Boyce looks at it. And I think that's the most mature way to look at it. Because the thing is, if that's the case, you know what I mean? You got other people dictating who you hang with. What's up,
That's the
Travis?
craziest thing that I see in some of these spaces is that you literally have men trying to tell other men how to run their house. And that's the crazy. Oh, your woman's supposed to. Why is you worried about that man's house?
Yeah,
I ain't never
that's
seen that because I don't think women have that problem because women don't they be like, girl, I wouldn't do it like that there, but if that's how she want to do it. But these men literally dictating what other men should do in their house. Baby, if
I
honey,
think I
if you like to cook as a man,
so,
go
they just
ahead,
do it in their
Traylon.
own, they do it in their own form. What they do is, and I don't mean this
Whatever you
in
got,
any
you
way
are,
right towards women, but a lot
you
of times
are,
call other women to leave them their relationships.
you're talking through a microphone that has like some kind of a oscillation thing that's close to it that's interfering with it. It's a feedback thing going on. That's what that got to be. Say
Well, you probably hear my fan. That
it
better?
again.
You probably hear my fan.
That's your fan.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you at home on the computer or on the phone?
I'm on my phone.
On the
Oh,
phone.
Yeah,
Dang,
I'm
you
on my
got
phone.
headphones? You got
No, I'm
headphones on
using
it?
my regular cell phone.
you try speakerphone if the
I'm on
headphones
speakerphone.
acting up.
Damn.
Give me 1 second.
Try some headphones.
Yeah, because my God.
That's crazy. Yeah. I'm trying to
But
figure out what that is. No,
yeah,
but see, this is what I'm saying. Like, we got to get mature a little bit because, like you said, it's like we got so many. I think it's just a generation of
we got a
just,
generation of
it's just.
followers. They
But I
talk
mean,
about the alpha male, but
oh yeah, no,
what is
yeah,
the
go
alpha
ahead.
male? I mean,
Yeah,
then they talk
go ahead.
about the beta, but what's the sigma? Ain't this another one, the sigma?
Well, yeah, they going through these Greek letters, but see, these people they
But
don't know what this stuff came from. That's why I
if you
dropped that
talking about,
little
oh, they're
thing.
alpha male. It can't be but one alpha male in the group. Y'all ain't got no whole group of all y'all over there. All y'all ain't no alpha males. One of y'all is following this man. You let
See,
another man tell you how to hold your own.
if you gotta say, let me tell you, like, if according to the way they set this little science up of this, because these people invented this alpha talk a long time ago with this science. But according to that, like Boyce Watkins would actually be an alpha male. It would be somebody like a Tariq Nasheed or people that's married that don't have no problems with, you know, getting their stuff together. Kevin Samuels is not no alpha male. This man can't. He's scared to even tell you who he's married to or with. So
Is that better? I'm using a different
yeah,
phone.
Oh,
there you go. There you go. There you go. You're good now.
All right.
Go ahead, Shella.
but
I don't know
why
what the
all
fuck
these
is going on.
people looking to somebody to lead them? Maybe they need to read a book, some other stuff. But why is y'all? You ain't had no daddy when you was growing up. Put that junk to bed. Deal
You
with. I
know,
ain't had no daddy. Maybe what they said earlier, rejection can be a protection, and get
Mhm.
over it.
you
You
know
all
what
can need
though?
to be no 30 years old, 40 years old, still worried about your daddy. He wasn't here. So what? Big deal. Move on. I ain't never seen so many babies in my life. And I can like some of the stuff I done heard. I was like, how you navigate the world? You too dumb to even have a job. You too dumb to have a baby. You just dumb if you can't comprehend and their logic go past some of what stuff I done heard.
Mhm.
What I don't get, being that you brought up what you just brought up, what I don't understand that I keep hearing a lot of that's all over YouTube when it comes to anybody trying to give people any kind of advice, any kind of life wisdom or anything like that, is this push to keep young men and young women from building families with each other.
Mhm.
That's
Now that,
killing. I don't get it. There's this push that to be a boss or a leader or to be on top, whether you're male or female, is to stay single and try and sleep around with as many people as you can throughout your life. That is fucking dumb. Why are
exactly.
you
That's
telling young people this shit?
because these are
Because they the old man in the club that needs somebody to hang out with them. So they trying to get them. And furthermore, if I could keep these
Mhm.
men
That's
sexually
deep right there.
frustrated, if I could keep them sexually frustrated, then I could ease up on them because they
Got
sexually frustrated.
mm.
I get you
You talk
drunk one night
ooh.
and
Dude,
I'm a
I'm about
man
ready to
and I
do a
can take
talk about
advantage
that
of
shit,
you.
Mike, because it's fucking driving me nuts, dude.
Right.
And I see it all over the place in the black sector, the white sector, the fucking crazy sector, the Jerry Springer sector. This
Mhm.
everywhere, man. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid that you got men and women out here telling younger men and women not to try to acquire a family life, a marriage, and to build something with somebody and leave a legacy behind.
You see, that's what I mean. That's why I was telling like Koja. I read a little thing from a book. It is called Understanding the Soda on the Blackmail, but just like you said, trailer, you can
Even
see this.
Kwame could be an example. No,
Yeah.
I didn't have the father that I wanted to have growing up, but look at what I can do. I don't have to wallow in it. I did maybe a couple of things, but I'm not that. And I didn't, I don't get to use that for an excuse to not move forward, because even within that, I didn't have one, but I can choose to be a better one than I had. I may not even get it perfect. I might have screwed up on my first 2 kids. I don't know nothing about that man. But at some point, you stop. I don't know nothing about him and his other kids or nothing. I was just saying, throwing it out there. But he could be the example. Now, I ain't had no dad, but this is what I did. And this is what you can do. And even though I didn't have no dad, I have a wife now. I have kids, and this is what I want to move forward. I might have made some outside children, and I'm not diminishing my thing today, and it makes it harder, children before I got married. But this is where I am today. And
Hey, I understand that. I do 100%, and there's some things in life you just can't change, and they are what they are until if it ever changes. I mean, and that's just a sad fact of it.
Some people
So I understand what you're saying.
Some people don't have no mama. Some people don't have no grandma, no auntie. They say, I used to complain that I had no shoes until I met the man and it had no feet.
Well, look, just because something may have failed earlier on in your life should not be a reason for you to give up on life, give up on yourself, and give up on those main goals, and it shouldn't be anything to hinder you from being able to have the kind of life you want and to still be able to have a family and have children that you can actually raise and be a part of their life and leave a legacy behind.
I don't
know. The matter is, we as humans, as long as we're living, we're making mistakes, plain and simple.
Exactly.
I don't even know if they even discuss Maslow, because Maslow is the one people they teach to you in every college class. But Maslow, for Black people, we at the bottom is the base: food, water, shelter. We're just getting to a point where we're getting that consistently, because we're just barely a generation out of slavery, barely a generation off of welfare for some of us. So we need to acknowledge that you cannot get to the top. We are at the second level, some of us. And we got a lot of stuff we did at that bottom survival stuff, that survival needs we did that was unhealthy, that we used to survive. And we need to acknowledge that and say, hey, this is the stuff we had to get where we got. Some of that stuff was messed up. I might have sold some ass.
It don't work in another level. It don't work on the next level. Some of that stuff.
And that's what we have to go back and say, listen, we just got barely 40 years off the civil rights movement. We just getting to barely out of survival mode. So we got to take this from that. Go look at that unhealthy stuff we did, that crazy stuff we did, acknowledge it, and then try to get to this middle level to get to the top of the point, which is self-actualization. But if we don't acknowledge that we just got from the base, food, water, shelter consistently, to get into the next level, we aren't, because we're acting like we're at the top when we're really in the middle. And we can't get to the top without acknowledging the bottom.
I cannot relate to the whole just being a generation, out of slavery and, what is it, like 50, 60 years since the civil rights movement. But the one thing I can relate to is being, the first, I grew up on welfare, I know what it's like. I remember as a kid not having shoes in the summertime and I wouldn't get shoes until the school season started.
Yeah.
That's how it was. If you wore your soles out of your shoes that you had at the end of the school year, you were ass out in the summer when I was a kid. I mean, it's just
still to this day. That's the sad thing. My kids be laughing at me because I wear shoes till they done. I still do that.
Me too, dude. Me too. I got some shoes that, dude, they are raggedy as shit, but the soles are still half on them.
Exactly.
So they'll see me super gluing them and duct taping them together and shit.
And you know what? But Coach, you right because that's a shame because it really don't work now. I'm not supposed to do that, but I just I still do it.
The more
Yeah.
shoes I have, the more I lose. So if I got one pair, and I used to do my kids like that because I was like, I'm never gonna do my kids like my mom did. I'm gonna always take them. Going to the grocery store was a big deal. I'm gonna take them to the grocery store. I'm not gonna lock up snacks. Huh? The hell I
Fuck, I
did.
wasn't even allowed going in the grocery store when I was a kid. When my mom went grocery shopping, me and my
No,
sister
my
got
mama
locked in the
had
car.
kids.
Man, that was back in the day when your parents could still leave you in the car. Me and my sister got left in the car for hours while they were
My
shopping.
mama was smart. She went grocery shopping on payday before she got home. Then I learned when you got 3 kids and you take them in the grocery store, everybody want a different cereal and don't none of them want the one on sale, even though they like the one on sale. So I said my mama was a smart
Hey,
woman. My children
you
didn't go to the grocery store no more.
in my house, you didn't walk in the house and just reach in the fridge or the cupboard and just grab
Oh
something. You
no,
had to ask before you got shit.
nope. Y'all reminded me of y'all seen you know Lavelle Crawford, the comedian.
Yeah.
You did you see that joke he did about his mama?
But yeah.
Yeah, y'all look that up, Lavelle Crawford mama, because he's like, I know your ass think you gonna get something from this store, but before we walk in this store, I'm gonna tell you, you ain't.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you no, because basically his mama gave him the act before, how to act right before you even get in this store.
we weren't even
Oh
going
yeah,
to the
I've seen
store.
that dude before. Yeah, I
We
had to
weren't
look him
going.
up.
The only way you got to the store if you got sick at school and your mama had to pick you up or something from school and you was the one child that, do otherwise you wasn't going in no store.
Yeah,
No.
No,
because
goddamn, dude,
everything.
this may make me sound like a fucking 80-year-old man. I didn't walk uphill and 10 foot of snow or
Right,
anything, but
right.
I remember in the wintertime when it snowed, there would be a foot of
Yeah.
snow on the ground and your ass was still walking to school. If you lived in
Oh
town, you
yeah.
were walking to fucking school. And mom and
Oh yeah.
dad or mom and stepdad, well, my mom didn't even have a driver's license, so she couldn't drive me nowhere. My stepdad, he was already at work and he was a prick and wasn't going to do it. So we were walking 6 blocks to school in that freezing ass shit.
We just had
Listen,
rain.
we walked to the store. We walked to school no matter what. And
For
I'm from
real.
Detroit.
Especially if
I'm
you
in
lived in
Detroit.
town, dude. Only the bus
Look,
kids.
look. There is no such thing as no. Oh, it's snowing. I mean, it happened like once, but the snow had actually came up. Listen, we opened the door one time. Like we got a porch. It's actually, you walk upstairs and then you get to our porch, and then we had a porch that you could sit down on, and like several chairs could sit on. And we opened the door and we couldn't see this no, this top stair. It was up to the top, and it just kept going. Like
Damn, that's a hell
this
of a
snow.
drift.
Well, y'all
That
can have that. I'm gonna keep my hurricanes.
that's the only time that the school closed. And I think it was almost like 40 below zero. That's what in Detroit. I think I can only remember one time. That's when they said we didn't have to go to
Dude, you
school.
remember when it would snow so much that you go outside for like lunch and shit and be out there trying to play basketball and the sun be shining on the snow and it blinds your fucking ass because white snow is everywhere and you couldn't see nothing?
Yeah. I definitely remember that. We
That's the
literally,
up north stuff. Y'all can have it.
yeah.
You
This
get
our
used
up
to it,
north
man, after a
stories.
while.
Thank y'all for the Civil War, but y'all can keep that up north stuff.
But we were so little at that time when we was going to school because it'll snow and then it'll kind of melt a little and then the top part of the snow would get a little crusty. It could support a kid. You ever had that
Yo.
happen? Yeah, it could
Uh-huh.
support you. And if you walk real careful, you can kind of skate across the top of the snow without going in for a little
Yeah, I
while.
remember that shit.
Yeah, we have fun doing that, but the point is though, that's just like you said, hurricanes and stuff. We were scared to go down south. We scared to come out west because we thought it was gonna be an earthquake and kill us. So, it's a lot of fear. That's just I remember getting calls from my cousin when Devil's Night happened in Detroit. They was like, "Y'all okay? Y'all okay?" We was like, "What?" They said y'all burning up in Detroit. I was like, "Oh, a couple people set some fires."
Oh,
I mean, the news is something else.
For
They
real, dude, it
always
really
lie.
is.
They always lie.
the
Like
They
news
they
always have
always be
lied. They've
wrong.
never had integrity.
The news always be wrong. They be on flip. Now, when you know the real story that happened and what they put on the news, it don't even be nowhere near what the news people say.
And that's why I don't understand why I always second guess the news. I always wait. Like they can say, "Oh, breaking news! Oh, you're gonna die. You gotta go out there and you gotta take a shot. Hurry up, because it's out there. It's gonna get you. Where is it at? Well, you can't see it. Well, can we smell? You can't smell it. What's gonna happen to us? You're gonna die. You're gonna get sick. You can't breathe. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Take the shot. Hurry up. Just do it."
I don't know about that shot. My mama
Hey,
need to work for Pfizer.
have you
She
heard the
need to
rumors
work for
about this new
Pfizer
strain?
and Moderna. Cause she
Have you-
almost about to break me down to take that shot. I'm like, I had the virus. What's like, you need it? I was like, God damn it! If you work for Pfizer and Moderna, the country would be vaccinated. But I don't know.
Let me tell you
Hey,
something.
man, have you heard the
Hold on,
rumors
hold on.
about that supposed?
Yeah, but let me say this real quick. I just tell people, I mean, I done got kicked off so many things by talking about that. I'm done with it. But the point is, there's a lawsuit, there's a global lawsuit, happening because
on
of all
everybody
this.
involved in this right now.
Yeah. So that people don't, of course, they're not gonna say nothing about that. But the thing is, it's like this. If you listen to that last hearing at the Senate with Fauci, a lot of people don't want to listen to that, but listen to it. Those senators,
He
they
admitted
asked,
it was all optics.
it was a lab leak. It was
Yep.
from a lab. It
It was a
came
lab
from.
leak, and the maps were all optics, man. That's all, and he admitted it.
So they made it. That what came out straight up. And I'm gonna make. I mean, I've been working so much. It got me working overtime. I was, that's why I'm doing it just like this. But I was going, I like chopping up stuff sometimes. But the thing is, yeah, he sat up there. This thing comes from a lab, which they were saying if you would have said that before, they would have kicked you off the social media. Then number one, and then another thing, because they would call you conspiracy theorists, but he said that at the Senate hearing. This is under oath. You see what I'm saying? So not only that, but then they had this one facility out there in Baltimore. I forgot the name of it, but that thing was mixing up Johnson and Johnson. It was mixing up AstraZeneca. They had unsanitary facilities. They was mixing up all kinds of shots and just sending them to people. It got so bad, people, and because anytime people get sick and they get all these clots and all the blood clots and whatever, they tracked the lot down, and it came from this place. So they stopped AstraZeneca, they stopped Johnson and Johnson, but they was like, well, why can't we just send this all to India? So they sent it to India.
Oh Lord!
Oh my God, you're kidding me,
Yeah.
man.
No, it's right there in that same hearing. The senator literally said, well, we got million vials of AstraZeneca, and we got to help India. India is so hit so hard.
So
India
we're going to
said,
give a whole other country some fucked up shit that.
that's
They
what he
could-
said.
They could
Bruh.
not tell me who had the actual disease if I had immunity. Now, how if I had the whole thing? You can't say if I have immunity, but you can say if you took this shot, they have immunity. You can't use the same test you used to say they're immune to test me to see if I'm immune.
Bam. And see, this is what I'm saying. Then another.
Look, you don't want to get me started on this, man, because I'll start saying shit that'll get you.
I gotta go. Yeah, because I gotta go in a minute. Because what I'm
Okay.
saying, like y'all. Yeah, y'all about to get. That's when I have to do something.
We offer that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something on that later because it's too much. It's just too much.
Hey, man, if you want to get on later, just fucking hit me up. You got my email, don't you?
Yeah, but shit, I gotta.
If you want to do something later, hit me up, dude, and I'll let you do it on my stream. I don't give a fuck, man. Strike me.
If I get on that, I'll be sitting up because I gotta go to work early, so I don't know what tomorrow, but because they got some stuff going on. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming on. Go ahead, say your last thing.
Email in the back chat.
Oh yeah. Put the email back there. I'll put my emails. I'll put my thing here. Anyway, it's supermike2164 at Yahoo. But man, I gotta get used to this. Oh, here it is. Dang, I could put mine up front because I don't care. Okay, that's yours. And
I still got AOL. So
Damn, that's an old ass email.
yeah, I'm showing my age. But yeah.
are good. Hey, email. What's up? Yeah.
I had my
Yeah.
Yahoo account for a long time, man, and then I forgot the password.
Oh, really? Yeah, you get it
Yeah.
back to you. You get it back to you. But go ahead, say your
No, they
last thing.
won't.
We're gonna get on off.
I just think that Kwame could be used for a lot of good things. He's a good role model for some good stuff.
I
You
don't know
know,
enough about Kwame. I don't even. I've just heard about him here recently. I do know
Right.
about Tariq Nasheed.
Yeah.
I don't listen to him.
I've
I'm
listened to a few of his lessons, and some look. I don't agree with everything he teaches, but the one
Mhm.
thing that I can appreciate is when he gets into definitions of words and how words are supposed to be expressed and interpreted, and
Right.
then how our government and how the law is set up when he gets into the Black's Law Dictionary and how the meanings of words change. And I mean, because I wouldn't know no different to a lot of things. You know, I would just think the common shit if it wasn't for, you know,
Mhm.
his breakdown
Well,
on that shit. And a lot of it's
well,
really relevant.
Tariq is more of a he does a lot of shock jock stuff, but he does some good stuff too. And you're not supposed to see. Literally, it's somebody. It's like there's people who say stuff that they know you're not supposed to agree with it. You're not supposed to agree with it all. It's
It's
like,
just supposed to make you think.
well, it's that guy's perspective, and like he would say some stuff that's just straight up wrong. It's just wrong, but then he'll say a bunch of stuff that's kind of right. So it's not for you to be liking him just because he said something wrong or said something right, and that's the problem with us. That's why I said. That's why I was saying what I was saying earlier, because we got to understand that like this group of people are going to know, or maybe are experts on this stuff here,
Yeah.
and this group of people might be, but they may be wrong on like all this other side here. They may be just completely wrong on this stuff. Like I listen to Adam Green. I don't know. You know Adam Green, Trailer?
No, I haven't heard of him. Now I have heard of that when you brought up Larry Elders
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Thomas
No,
Sowell. I have listened to them talk.
Right.
no one person can know everything on every subject. Even doctors who would be considered the smartest people only practice in one specialty, maybe two.
Exactly. And
Well,
that's
And
how
I
like
like listening to differing opinions by people anyhow, man, because it really gives you a more broad aspect and a better way to look at everything, you know, where you can grab
exactly.
things from one side and the other side and maybe find a little bit more balance.
Yeah, and
yeah,
that's why I kind of like Boyce. I like Boyce, but he's wrong on some stuff. I actually made a video when I thought he was wrong. But I mean, but when I think somebody is wrong, I don't demonize them. That's what I'm saying. Just
It
because
just depends
I
on if they're
yeah,
wrong all the time, man.
like okay, so like for example, I don't like Fauci. Okay, so I don't like Dr. Fauci.
Okay, who does like
Now,
Fauci?
okay, well there's people that like him.
Fauci don't
Okay,
like Fauci.
but the only reason why I do kind of demonize Fauci is because of his actions over a 40-year period. Okay. But he
Right.
can
I
say
mean, it
something
isn't just this; it's the whole AIDS epidemic and everything that
right, right, yeah.
he
So he
screwed
can
up.
say something that's true. But if he says something true, I'm be like, well, it is true, but I mean, I'm suspect because of him. But
Dude, I've learned
that's
as long as his lips are
if we
moving, he's
knew how
lying.
dumb, if we knew how dumb doctors actually were, the world would be surprised. Most of them
oh,
can't even do two things. It has to be up to the nurse. You ain't gonna know how many times doctors wanted me to jump in front of a bullet for them because of the messed up stuff that they done wrote and stuff, and get mad at you when they realize you know what they did. And
see,
like no, I got my license. I ain't put my license on the line for you. But
yep.
it's even like with the ADHD.
Hmm.
Sometimes something is so simple that we overlook the simple stuff. For example, I tell everybody, back in the day, you had PE twice a day, early
Yep.
in the morning and after lunch. Now you bring
Mm,
kids to school and you give them cereal bars, double juice,
dang, that's deep.
and then you say, go sit down for 2 to 3 hours. Well,
Right.
Wow,
before you would go to PE and run some of that off and then come back in and sit down.
Yep.
Then
wow.
we go to lunch. And after lunch, we would generally have PE again.
I wish
Now
I
you
was like
got all
Info
of this
Man. If I was
sweetness.
Info Man, I'd drop a bomb right now. You
I'm
dropped a
not
bomb.
saying
Real, because he's talking
it's
real
not a
shit right there,
problem.
man.
I'm
All
not
right,
saying
man.
it's not a
You're
problem,
right.
but how much do we contribute? Furthermore, teachers don't sit down for 3 hours. They
Mhm.
up, they moving when we go on our jobs. Even if we have a sedentary job,
Yeah, they
we
expect
still
you
get up
to
and move. But we
fucking
expect a
desk and
six
not
year
move.
old not to move. A 6 year old when we don't even do that ourselves. So a lot of stuff they take this medical component and overlook
Yeah.
the simple. You just gave that baby all them carbs this morning and then tell them to go run it off, and they went to sleep at their bedtime like they were supposed to.
But
And now you're
because
gonna
you know
tell them to sit
nutrition,
down.
you can see that. Like, I like when you just said that, you know how much sense it make? It's like a key to a lock. So I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. But the thing is, like a lot of people wouldn't see that, but guess what? Somebody knows that that's
They
true.
don't have PE in school no more. Them children might
Well,
get
it's
PE twice a
common
week. As
sense
a matter of
again.
fact, the schools have to raise the money to buy PE equipment for the playground. They got to do fundraisers because the school don't even furnish that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, see, the thing is with that though, too, man, is there really ain't enough parents that are actually active in schools nowadays that are part of the PTA and shit like that. Where usually and generally a lot of that stuff would be given by parents, which are boosters for the school. You
We
know
had
what
a
I'm
jungle
saying?
gym.
You
We had
know,
a basketball court, and we had some balls, and you had relay races, and you had to run back, and you had to do that. They ain't all that expensive. You ain't had to have all that equipment. Make their butt get out the door and run around.
well,
You
no, it
got
You
you.
wasn't that
small
expensive
town, right?
because parents were coming together as a group in a lot of these when we were younger, and actually, like I said, they were helping pay for the shit that the school couldn't get through the tax dollars that were raised.
Well,
But you was from a small town, right?
I'm from
Yes.
the Popo. We just had that regular old cheap equipment, but we had balls, we had hula hoops, we had a basketball court.
Shit.
All that other
Go.
stuff we didn't have, but we still got out there. You did them head, shoulder, knees, and toes. You did them
Yep.
jumping jacks. You
Hey,
did the
Coach,
relay races.
I remember one of the fucking playground toys that we had when I was at the first school I ever went to, because it sat out
Climbing
kind of
rope.
like in the country. We had tractor tires that were taken off of tractors to sit and roll
Yep.
around out in the yard.
It was a toy.
We
It's
It
a
was
had those.
toy.
toys too, man. You'd put a kid in there, and a couple, two or three of them would be rolling them around out in the field and shit.
Mm.
But that's just like one problem. That's probably. I'm not saying there are not kids with ADHD because I worked at the juvenile detention center.
Mm.
It take more people a little bit less because they want to throw 35 children in the classroom. You can't throw 35 children in the classroom with one teacher. But when
See?
I was at Boyce Home, long as you kept them children busy you kept them, gave them something to do, they was okay. But they had to be in smaller groups and give
Mm.
them something constructive. You can't sit them down and say, read a book. You got
Shit,
to
I
give them a little bit
graduated with
more.
only like I think there was 140 some kids in my graduating class.
Wow, there's less. I
Yeah.
think we had 80.
Out of how many? Out of how many students?
Total
In the
in high
yeah.
school, I think there were like maybe probably between 5.5, maybe 600 at best
Okay. I
out of the
mean,
whole high school.
Well, we had 80, about 80, and maybe three or four white people who couldn't afford to go to private school. Because when I tell people the charter
You went to
school
private
system,
school? Hey, my son goes
when
to
I
private
tell
school, and
people the
I
charter
absolutely
school
love it.
system, the charter school system is resegregation 2.0, they laugh.
Mm.
I say, no, no, no. In most country towns, you got one high school, one middle school. You got a couple of elementary schools. After elementary schools, because everywhere ain't Miami, it's not Fort Lauderdale, it's not Orlando. It's this one traffic light town I'm in. I think Belgrade might got 6 or 7 traffic lights, Pahokee might got 3. But when those kids graduated from elementary school, they had what they call private schools, which smaller schools that they created for the white people that could afford to pay. The only white people that didn't go to those schools were the ones who couldn't afford to pay. And that's what the charter school system is. It's resegregation 2.0 because those people got tired of having to have all those little schools all up and down 27 in Florida. So
That
they had
might
to
have
find a
been,
way to make
that might have
tax
been the way it
dollars
was
pay
back.
for that privatization. And when
That
I
might
tell
have been
people
what
that,
it,
they say it's stupid.
well, I'm just saying that may have been how it was 10, 15, 20 years ago, but my son goes to a charter school, and it's actually got a really diverse student
For
body.
now. For now.
Is that
now.
in
And I think it's
Indiana?
a great school. Yeah.
It's that for
That's
now.
Indiana.
The
But
one
that's
that the
not
one
the
that my
end
son
goal.
goes to is actually funded by the college Ball State.
It's that way now, but the end
Yeah.
goal is
It's
your
been that way
son
since it's
has
been open.
dreads and we're gonna kick them out. Your child has colored hair, not no different than the JoJo Star colored hair clip-ons, but we're gonna kick them out. And so yes, now because we have to ease it in and get it in, but when it get in this full function and stuff, you'll see the changes that'll take place.
Well, I know like the one he goes to, they only teach them up till 8th grade. Once all the kids get to high school, you either have to go to public school or private school.
When they cut the monies for those things, they give it all to the charter school at once. So if those kids come back into the public school system, they have to take them, but they didn't get no money for them. Instead of chopping the money up by semester, that's what they do. And it takes, and now if you have an influx of kids that come back into the public school system, that school, when they projected it for the year, only got enough teachers for X amount of students. Now they coming back in. And
we about to end it off though.
All right.
We had a
good kind of get off topic.
Oh, we had a no. I don't mind it. I don't mind that at all. That's good. No, that was good because it's a flowing conversation and everything. But yeah, I see a couple other topics that we're gonna have to hit on because we brought up some good stuff here, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit on that. But yeah, I just want.
I actually want to hit on. I want to hit on the whole marriage and family thing, dude. That one really needs to be hit on hard, a whole lot harder, because there's way too many people out here pushing this single, pimp and that lifestyle isn't conducive.
Yeah, so we about to hit up on a couple of these from this stemming off from this one. So this is pretty good. But yeah, like I said, everybody, I just wanted us to kind of get the little mindset of at least trying to hear the truth out, especially if it's coming from a source that that has a track record of doing, or at least trying to do good. Maybe the person is wrong, maybe the person is right. You're not sure. So just giving folks a chance, and we had a discussion about some other topics and everything. But yeah, I'm about to end it off, guys, and I appreciate y'all for coming up and everything. All right.
Yep, thanks for having us, brother.
All right, y'all. Peace out. Peace.
Later.